Hola Aries, Sun, Cancer, Moons. Welcome to your 2020 Sun and Moon reading. When you view it is when you're meant to see it. It doesn't matter the time of year. And I'm doing these order of requests in the comments, so be sure to post yours up. While you're waiting for yours to be done, check out my 2019 Sun Moon readings that are in my playlist. And if this reading resonates, of course, consider a personal reading. My email is below. Just send me an email. We can go ahead and set that up. First portion of this reading will be the me going over the traits of your sun moon sign. We'll talk about that a bit, and then I'll lay out your cards for your 2020. We'll take a quick look, and then the second portion of this reading will be the link below to the Vimeo reading, where I'll have a much deeper interpretation with clarifiers. The year is going to be broken up into 4 separate quadrants. So let's get to your trait. So this is one of those combinations where there's this duality kind of fighting each other. So you might have internally, you might be conflicted because we have the Aries part, which is all about drive and let's go and aggression, doesn't have any fear. And then we have the Cancer crab that wants to go back in the shell. It is super timid and cautious and needs security and a home base. So again, it's kind of like a back and forth internally, and I'm sure you have internal struggles because of that. And there's sometimes the one side will do really well, and there's sometimes the other side will do really well, depending on, of course, of what you're doing. So you do have very deep emotions, but then you also have this passion and this fire that drives you. And the thing that's super important to you all is you need to be secure when it comes to emotions, when it comes to money, when it comes to home base, okay? And this, I was trying to figure out how to say this, but this being important to you is going to be how you move forward in your life, is going to determine the decisions that you make and what have you. Okay, if you don't have, it's super important for you guys to have this really strong home base, this really strong emotional foundation. You have that, and then there's a lot of possibilities that can open up for you. One thing about this sign, moods. Moods can change very quickly. You can be sentimental, and then your emotions will get the best of you, and then the passion gets put in there. So it's really possible for you guys to kind of be a loose cannon and explode. Sometimes you might repress how you're feeling, repress your anger, and then it kind of comes out in a big explosion if there's a catalyst or something like that. This is something that you should really work on in 2020. So, the meditation, all that good stuff. And then I'm trying to see. Okay, no, never mind. I was thinking something, but no, it's fine. Okay. Now, some of you need to go back in your childhood to solve some of these problems that you have, because if you go back into your childhood and how you were molded and your coping mechanisms and whatever, you'll see that things happened there that really made security super duper important for you. Okay, so for those of you that had a difficult home environment, you probably have a longer road to kind of fix in your adult life, because maybe you overcompensated because of what you were in at the time. So make sure you go into your past, take a kind of look at that. You need to, that Cancerian caution is good because it can kind of draw you back when you're doing things excessively or overdoing things. But embrace the part of you, the Aries part of you, when it comes to leading, when it comes to being innovative and things like that. Okay, so it's always about playing up your strengths and downplaying your weaknesses. So let's see what's going on. Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, and your insight for Aries, Sun, Cancer, Moons for the year 2020? What do you see? What do they need to know? Any messages that you have for Aries, Sun, Cancer, Moons for the year 2020 to help them reach your higher ground, become closer to the universe, closer to the divine for their greater good, would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. What do you see for Aries, Sun, Cancer, Moons for the period of January, February, March? We have the 8 of Pentacles in the upright, so we're working at something in the beginning of the year. Alrighty, and then make sure I'm on the Instant Go app if you need an answer to a question. Currently it's $4.98. I turned it in 24 hours. 3 of Wands in the upright for April, May, June. I'm also on Insta. I'm on Facebook. Check out my playlist. There's a lot in there. Okay, and we have the Page of Wands in reverse for your July, August, September. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, and then I have if you have Venmo, I have a donation link in the description box if you want to throw a few pennies towards me in support of these videos. They take a long time to do every year. 10 of Cups in reverse for October, November, December. So we're starting off in January, February, March. You guys are working diligently at something. I almost got the feeling that you are working out those flaws that we talked about, hammering out these flaws, figuring out how you can make things better as you go into 2020, which makes a lot of sense because people go into a new year, they come in with resolutions and aspirations and things of that sort. Can also, so it can be you're working on yourself, you're working on a relationship. For some of you, you could be going back to school, figuring out how you can make more money, apprenticing, anything like that, or working on your skills to get yourself elevated within wherever you're working at this time. April, May, June has you considering the possibilities that are out there. So here you were doing the work, working on flaws. April, May, June, you're like, okay, I'm sort of ready now. I'm on the shore. I see all of these possibilities available to me. I'm going to start thinking with a much broader view, a much bigger horizon. I'm going to consider everything that's out there. But the Three of Wands to me is not a card of action. It's a card of survey. Okay, sorry about that skip. So the Three of Wands to me is like surveying opportunities that are out there. So it's standing on the shore and considering like perhaps dating someone you wouldn't normally date, considering how you could get in a different, how can you go about making more money. It's about where could you travel to. So it's about considering like these opportunities and just kind of soaking it all in, realizing everything that's out there, everything that's available to you, and thinking in big terms. It is a card of opportunity and travel, okay? So that's what's going on there during that period. Now, we move into October, November, December. I don't like how this is looking towards the end of the year. I'm not going to lie, but again, we won't know until we pull clarifiers. Page of Wands. It looks like you kind of tried to start something, and it didn't work out really early. And part of it is because I feel like you were impulsive and you wanted to do this, and then you realized that you didn't really address all the details you needed to address. You didn't look into everything that you needed to look into, and then as a result, everything kind of fell apart. In addition to that, I almost feel like there's people that are saying to you, you know what, this is why this didn't work, this is why and you don't want to hear what they have to say. So I almost feel like you're shutting down and you don't care what people have to say, but or their opinions of why or what have you. So that's a kind of weird thing going on there, but it leaks into October, November, December, I feel like, because we have the 10 of Cups, and I feel like whatever happened in reverse, whatever happened here in July, August, September is actually affecting your family. It's affecting your home life. Like there's people at home, you could be getting someone going, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Why didn't this work out? You said it was going to work out. I mean, I don't mean to kind of present it as a nagging tone, but that's what I'm kind of getting. If it's not the residual of this that's going on, to me, it's just problems in what you consider home. And I know home is important. Home is where the heart is for you guys, right? Your heart is where home is, you know? So, I mean, this kind of stuff is going to be very disruptive to you. Having arguments or you coming home and things aren't in balance and what have you, or just living in an environment where people aren't thinking the same thing and don't have the same values or whatnot. So looks like the end of the year is going to need some work. It starts off with some of the greatest potential, but if this resonates, consider a personal reading. Just send me an email. We can make that happen. Or click on the Vimeo link below. It'll take you to a deeper interpretation with clarifiers. Check out my playlists. I have tons of stuff in there. I'm on the Instant Go app if you need an answer to a question. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Insta. Like, share, subscribe, and consider donating in the Venmo link below. Otherwise, adios from Veronica Garnett. Bye.